Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Legacy, Evolution, Beachcomber, and the Paradise Parakeet. Yes, this little guy is actually also named on the box, which means he is just as important as Beachcomber is. Which is why he demands a lot of respect. So I'm just going to very gently set him off to the side. And, well, let's just move on to the packaging. So, of course, we've got the standard Legacy Evolution packaging. So we've got the standard lack of window if you want to, feel them before you buy them. I don't know why you would. Here we got a picture of him in his vehicle mode. Got his little parakeet friend. We can see that he's actually named along with Beachcomber. Side, we've got Beachcomber in robot mode. Once again, the little bed is perched on his shoulder, which is just adorable. Got a close up of his face. This side, we've got the mural, or one half of it, at least. Back, we've got him in both modes. We've got Evo Fusion, which, well, he actually pulls a crankcase in the, because the grill of the vehicle mode actually forms his gun, just like crankcase. So, yeah. And we've got the QR code if you want to scan that. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for the box. And looking at the figure, well, of course, it's Beachcomber's standard Dune Buggy mode. Not really much to say here. Although there is one thing that actually surprised me, which we'll get to very soon. And no, it's not the fact that the wheels are pinned. But looking at the vehicle mode, well, I do really like how this looks. Of course, we've got all the standard details that a beach buggy would have. We've got the seats right there. Got the roll cage. Got some silver paint right there. We've got the grill, which, I mean, it's obvious that this is going to be his gun. It's not like crankcase where there's a little thing that flips around. Here, you just remove it and it's his gun. There's no transformation steps with this one. Underneath, well, judging from this bit, you can pretty much tell that this transforms almost exactly like the Power of the Primes version. Like, it's not an upscale. It's like there are some things that are different, but yeah, the transformation takes a lot of cues from the Power of the Primes version. Like this separating, this flipping around, these folding up, the fact that this compresses in. This transforms very similar to the Power of the Primes version of the figure. So, yeah. But of course, this is more modernized because we've got the more modernized style of articulation, which I'll talk about in the robot mode. And one thing the Power of the Primes figure didn't have, these tires are actually rubber. I am not joking. Like, these are actually rubber tires. Now, you don't see that on modern figures nowadays, do you? Of course, back in G1, that was the norm. Masterpiece, I'm pretty sure it's still common, but on your average Generations figure that you can buy for like what, £25? Like rubber tires, dude. Like that is amazing. Because like normally figures just have plastic wheels, but this, they went the extra mile, and I just appreciate that. So yeah, it was probably done so he like rolls really well, because you can see how well that this figure rolls. Like you could do this guy all day, and he does it really well. So yeah, thanks to these rubber tires, this guy rolls really well. And I think that's my favorite bit of the figure. Well, that and his little bed buddy here. He's so small, he has to be right up to the camera, but here we have the Parakeet. Now, of course, if you've seen the Golden Lagoon, you'll probably know why he comes with this accessory. But this can actually just plug into this port right here. If I can actually do it. I'm gonna have to actually look at the figure, not for the camera to plug this in. But yeah, so this guy can be one of the birds. And that's actually really cute. Although this does feel like the same sort of rubberized plastic that blast effects are made out of, so I'm sort of a bit weary on that. So yeah. Because of course, if you leave blast effects attached to guns for a long period of time, it sort of fuses with the gun. So yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this guy, because he does feel like the same sort of rubberized plastic. But, well, that's pretty much all I have to say about the alternate mode. Overall, I really like this. I mean, sure, the gorilla's a bit iffy with it being the gun. I mean, obviously see the barrel and the handle right there, but that's more of like a small nitpick rather than a big complaint, because overall, I really like this. Especially the rubberized tires. Plus with the little bird thing, I really like it. I do wish that they were still doing like the GoBot redecos, because the only ones that they've done are Bug Bite and Road Rangers. Like, because I would love to see a Buggy Man redeco of this guy. Maybe in like a pack with a Pathfinder and a Treads from Cosmos and Warpath. I don't know. But yeah. Point is, I just really like this figure. So yeah, let's move on to the transformation. So we just take his little bird friend off. Take the front grill off. Of course, you can leave him with the grill off if you want. And before we move on to the actual transformation, how about we just look at the blast effect compatibility? So, is this gun blast effect compatible? Yes, it is. However, why Beachcomber would come with an actual gun, I don't know. Remember, the dude's meant to be like a pacifist, so I don't know. Maybe it's just like for emergency. Maybe this gun's like for emergencies only. Like if he has to join the gunfight, I don't know. course, of course, it was just for the Evo fusion thing. But yeah. But yeah, if we just take the gun and set that off to the side, we can move on to the transformation. And as I said, if you've seen Power to Prime's Beachcomber's transformation, then this is gonna look very similar. So if we get the arms out, untap the roll cage, come into here and open up these flaps on the bottom of the vehicle. Yeah, I noticed that the legs do tend to split quite a bit, but seeing how we're going into the robot mode, this is perfectly fine. Just get the front of the vehicle flipped around. We can just split this here. Close these flaps back up. Move the roll cage and the seat around to the back of the legs, and they form heels. Just slide that down to reveal his head. And then this part of the roll cage just moves around to the stomach. We'll fill in the stomach. And well, that's pretty much it. That's Beachcomber in robot mode. And that's quite a simple but fun transformation. I quite like it. I mean, I quite like how the bits of the roll cage split around. So, yeah. And the resulting robot mode, well, once again, we've got another G1 accurate robot mode. And I'm just saying that because I just really like the Golden Lagoon episode. So, yeah. And while just having a 360 of this. Of course, we've got the ports on the backs of the shoulders. Looking at the head. Of course, again, that's quite an accurate looking head. I just love how that looks. Of course, we've got the eye visor right there. And well, just giving him his accessories. Of course, we've got his gun. And that's basically all the Evo Fusion does. The grill becomes his gun. And for his bird friend, well, as you saw in the side art on the box, this actually plugs onto his shoulder. Oh, well, not in his actual shoulder, but the side here. And, yeah, that's just adorable. It's almost like the kazooie to his banjo or something. Or if we want to go for like a Dark Moon Soundwave approach. Well, and not even just Dark Moon Soundwave, just Soundwave in general. You can have him perched on here like Laserbeak. Because I'm pretty sure this says 5mm. Yep. I just said Dark Moon Soundwave because I do have my Studio Series Dark Moon Soundwave pose like this. So if you want if you want this like perch like Laserbeak, then go ahead. So yeah, like, there are a few ways to pose him with his bird companion, but the official way is to have it on the side a bit right here on the shoulder. So yeah. Once again, I just really love that. Now, of course, as shown earlier, the gun can take blast effects, although, yeah, once again, I don't see Beachcomber as the type who would actually be in the front of a gunfire, so who knows, maybe just like fires birdseed or something, or energon goodies. And looking at the underneath, well, for one, there's some steering wheel detailing that I missed in the vehicle mode, which is actually pretty cool. But you may think that this guy doesn't have ports for the energy, the blast effect feed that I enjoy doing. However, it's actually here. You just have to flip it out first. So I guess if you want to have it like this, well, for one, you can't really stand, but if you want to give this guy like the stilt for if he combines with weaponizers, then you can. Yeah, the ports are molded in on the seats here. So if you still want to combine them with weaponizers or junkions, or I'm going to assume there's upcoming rocks in the uni part of Legacy, then yeah, you'll have to flip out these seats. At least he still has these ports, so yeah, we can still plug these in. But well, finally, let's just talk about the articulation. And honestly, and nothing too crazy. Just got standard head articulation. His head can tilt up and down a little bit. His arms can go the full way. You can T-pose, although the tires do get in the way. Bicep rotation. He's got elbows. Surprisingly, his wrists actually do rotate despite all this. But yeah, his hands do rotate. Waist rotation. You can kick forward, kick back that far. You can do splits. Coupled with the pivot. It's one of those ones you can stand like this, which I love. Swivel there. And a knee up to there. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Beachcomber. Complaints? Well, I can't even think of that many complaints, if any. The only, like, actual complaints I can think of are the knees are a bit whack. Like, in fact, I'm probably thinking of a different figure because, like, the knees are actually working sort of well for me. Yeah, I'm probably thinking of a different figure, but well, the knees actually sort of do click into place. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I was just thinking of a different figure. I think I was thinking of Armada Megatron, actually, who's an upcoming review. But for actual complaints, well, they did just sort of rehash Power of the Prime's Beachcomber's transformation. Would I have preferred that they had thought of a new transformation scheme for this guy? Well, sure, but at least this transformation scheme works. So, yeah. I do also kind of wish that the Evo Fusion was done a bit better, because you just take the gun off the vehicle and just give it to him. like you just take the grill off and then you just attach it on as a gun in robot mode. It's not like Crankcase where sure it's still a grill, but you flip out a bit. Like that's also not great, but at least it's not obvious. It's a gun in vehicle mode, unlike this, in my opinion. Also, I just noticed that I don't think this guy's got a back port. That might also be a complaint, but yeah, let's move on to do I recommend this figure? I mean, this guy comes with a freaking bird. Of course, I recommend him. Plus, remember this guy had his own episode to himself, like the Golden Lagoons. So, if you really like the episode, then I absolutely do recommend him. If you really like the episode, if you love birds, I recommend him for the little bird accessory. Like this is just a really nice little figure. Like not one of the all-time greatest, but yeah, this is a really nice little figure. So I say he's really nice to get, in my opinion. So yeah. So this has been my review on Legacy Evolution Beachcomber, and this is Charlie Young signing off.